The red dress effect, alternatively known as the romantic red effect, is a fascinating phenomenon where the color red triggers feelings of physical attraction, sexual desire, and romance more than other colors. Many studies conducted over the decades have explored this effect with varied results, and the intriguing elements of color psychology have garnered significant interest. Scientific literature offers a mix of evidence in support and against this theory, hinting at complex layers that underlie this association. The color red message seems woven into the very fabric of attraction in the natural world as well. Notably, certain primate females turn red during their fertile periods, a change brought about by a rise in estrogen that widens the blood vessels, leading to increased redness in the face, chest, and genitalia. This physiological transformation, known as sexual swelling, typically draws more attention from males and stimulates sexual activity. Similar signs of redness in the human body are also perceived as signals of sexual attraction. Indeed, blushing, the reddening of the neck, face, and chest, is a classic response to romantic affection or sexual attention. There is also the increased redness during peak fertility stages due to increased estrogen levels enhancing blood flow. All these findings suggest that there may be an evolutionary instinct linking the color red with fertility, assuming the organism can perceive colors. The correlation between the red color and sexual attraction could also be rooted in societal conditioning. In ancient folklore and mythology, the color red symbolized fertility, a custom that continued in the rituals of ancient civilizations. Women as early as 10,000 BCE wore a substance equivalent to red lipstick, inferring a socially conditioned link between the color red and sexual receptiveness. However, this conditioning could have simply been an extension of our primal instincts, originally born out of biological and evolutionary reasons. Much of the investigation into the red attraction effect concentrates on the impact created by the color red on a person's visual presentation and attractiveness. Pazda's study highlighted that men rated women wearing red as more attractive. The enhanced allure was attributed to the biological truth that receptive women often have a higher likelihood of engaging in sexual activity and presenting a higher probability of successful reproduction. Similarly, research led by Elliott and Nesta from the University of Rochester showed that men tended to express romantic feelings towards women dressed in red or presented against a red backdrop. Even women appeared to find men dressed in red more attractive, according to disputed findings by Elliott. A series of studies globally have examined the connection between the color red and its impact on attractiveness, offering support to the concept of red attraction. In a South Korean investigation, male participants rated a woman in a red shirt as more appealing than one in a gray or blue shirt. Further studies delved into the red romance correlation, without accounting for the element of clothing. However, some studies disputed this connection, associating the color red more with anger-related expressions than with romantic ones here. The color pink was more closely linked with romantic concept. One research study analyzed the verbal pronunciation of the word red, and determined that men described as wearing red shirts were perceived as more attractive compared to men in gray or green shirts. This study further reinforces the idea of red attraction. Another focused on the use of red clothing as a sexual attraction signal found that women were more likely to choose a red shirt over a green one when anticipating a conversation with an attractive man. Further research from Germany suggests this concept extends to self-perception too. Study participants wearing red shirts perceived themselves as more attractive, considering factors like BMI or mood. This suggests that the color red could boost self-perception of attractiveness, subsequently elevating self-confidence, which is generally associated with increased attractiveness to others. The strength or existence of the red attraction effect seems to be influenced by several factors, which could explain some contradictory findings across studies. One theory suggests that this effect is biologically ingrained and independent of societal influences. This was supported by a study in Burkina Faso, where local men rated women photographed against a red backdrop as more attractive. However, sexually mediated responses weren't reinforced, suggesting cultural restrictions might limit the red attraction phenomenon. In another endeavor, researchers considered sexual dimorphism as a possible moderating factor. This Chinese study found that the attraction effect only applied when men rated faces with strong feminine cues, thus confirming that sexual dimorphism might explain inconsistencies in the red attraction research findings. The theme of the story revolves around the intriguing influence of color psychology, specifically the color red, on the perception of attractiveness in relationships. When images of men are displayed against a red backdrop, married women were found to perceive them as less appealing. These women also were more likely to retain words related to commitment than if the men were shown against a white backdrop. Therefore, an individual's emotional investment might limit the relationship, potentially turning the color red into a repellent rather than a magnet. Present studies on the red attraction effect leave a lot to be desired in terms of quality. A considerable portion of these studies neglects to pay attention to essential factors such as color generation and presentation. Besides, future investigations could improve by considering the sample size as well as the intricate nature of color psychology presently. Findings are more definitive for male subjects as compared to female ones. Superior quality investigations could provide a crisper conclusion on the genuine influence, if any, of the color red on attractiveness.